What is up, guys? Welcome back to another weekend edition, Sunday edition of the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. We come at you guys live every Sunday morning with NFL picks and player props and a parlay as well. And we're almost down to our last Sunday with you guys. Football's almost done, and it's kind of depressing. So we gotta, take all these games in and enjoy them for what they are. I'm hoping that both of these games today are going to be close games. I think that both these teams, or all four of these teams, deserve to be here. They've all had great seasons and have showed up so far in the postseason. And if we look at the Pick'em leaderboard, it's been a very close season for me and Bear as well. I got a win on the board last week, and it is just simply because I picked the Lions to win the game. That was the only difference. Me and Bear, we both went 0-2 ATS, but I went 1-1 straight up, and Bear went 0-2 straight up. It was a tough week for underdogs last week. We were believing in the underdogs, but I guess the Chiefs were underdogs, so I guess they pulled it out. But
Yeah.
Bear, do you want to reflect on anything last week or kind of look forward to this week at all?
No, I mean, we've got 3 games left, so soak it all in. It's kind of a depressing time, but at least we have these 2 games, and then we have the Super Bowl to look forward to. So I'm just ready to give out the picks. I'm ready to watch the games today, Trey.
All right, well, let's get right into it then. And the first game on the board is the AFC battle. The Kansas City Ravens going up against the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Baltimore Ravens. And this is going to be a fun game to watch. The Ravens are pretty surprising big favorites here at 4.5. I'm not sure the last time Patrick Mahomes was this big of an underdog. Bear, how do you think this game's going to go?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens. I took them for 100. I'm not going to take them anymore because I don't really like to bet against Patrick Mahomes, an underdog. But this is the first time in a very long time the Ravens are hosting a conference championship game. It's been at Kansas City for the last 5 years, and this is the first time they got to go on the road and play here. But, you got Patrick Mahomes on the other side, and that's why a lot of people are betting the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Ravens. They've been the best team all season long, I feel like. I know the 49ers have been up there as well, but the Ravens defensively, offensively, they're better than the Chiefs on both sides of the ball. And when we could even break it down even more, head coach, I think the head coaches are very even. I like Harbaugh. I like Reed. Environment's going to be great. A lot of greats are going to be there. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, everybody's going to be in the house. Crowd's going to be great. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 4.5. I also got a notification before we hopped on here that the Ravens are getting several 6-figure bets from Sharps. I got an ESPN notification, so it makes me feel good that I'm on the Ravens here, even though I'll probably look like an idiot come Super Bowl time whenever we break down that game because Patrick Mahomes will probably win as an underdog on the road, which he always does. But I'm going to take the Ravens minus 4.5. Trey's the play.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the betting splits right now. It's a 50-50 split on the total bets. But whenever we look at the handle, the percentage of the money, 61% of the money is on the Ravens. So it looks like all of the big money is coming in on the Ravens, which you love to see because you guys know me. I am a big Raiders fan, and I do not want the Chiefs to win this game. I'm going to agree with Bear here. Give me the Ravens minus 4.5 here in this game. It's a big number, so I feel like the books are trying to beg people to take the Chiefs here. So I'm just going to take the Ravens because I feel like they're going to show up here. And we got a comment from Mason. Would you say Lamar 22.5 over fantasy is good? I know that Bear gave out Lamar yesterday. Bear, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, it's really going to be, is Willie Gay going to play? It looks like he's trending up to playing. And can they stop Lamar from running? I think they're going to send a lot of blitz packages in this game. And we saw the Texans try that against Lamar. He went for 100 yards rushing, a couple touchdowns on the ground. So I would play his over fantasy score. We know the Chiefs can score, but can they score against the Ravens defense? I don't know. If it turns into a shootout, you're going to want the over. But even if it doesn't turn into a shootout, I think Lamar Jackson goes over that number. So, yes, I would take his over 22.5 fantasy score.
Yeah, I agree with that one. He's going to get a rushing touchdown, and that's going to be the catalyst for hitting that over there for you. And Bear, do you want to touch on any player props in the game, or do you just want to wait for that parlay to touch on the player prop?
I think I want to take the over. I think I want to take the over in the game. I know the Ravens defense is really good, but I can see, every single year the Chiefs come January, they find a way to put up points. So I'm going to take the over as well in the game. I think I'm going to save the player props for the parlay lock at the end.
All right, and I like the over as well. I feel like there's going to be some points. Both defenses are very good, though, so it's going to be interesting to see which side of the ball shows up more here in the game for both teams. And this game's going to be an interesting and fun game to watch. I've heard that about 25% of the tickets have been sold to Lions fans, so kind of a home game, but maybe not so much. Maybe the Lions will be able to make up some noise. I'm looking at the betting splits. Lions have 69% of the total bets, but they only have 51% of the total handle. So it looks like a positive for the 49ers. A lot of the more of the big money is coming in on the 49ers. Bear, how do you think this game's going to go?
Yeah, you never like seeing the public on a team that you want to back, but the public can be right sometimes. This is just strictly me wanting to see the Lions win, so I'm going to take the Lions plus 7.5. I think if you're going to bet the game, I think the correct play is the San Francisco 49ers, but I'm not going to bet against the Lions. I mean, this is a team of destiny. I want to see Dan Campbell, Jared Goff in the Super Bowl. I think everybody in the world wants to see the Lions in the Super Bowl, so give me the Lions here. I think San Francisco matches up very well with Detroit, so it might be hard for them. I think the middle of the field is going to be a big problem for Detroit on the defensive side, but I mean, you got to take the 7.5. The way the Lions have been playing offensively, anything's possible. Jared Goff's playing great ball. They've got two really good running backs. They need to establish the run game. But if I was going to bet the game, I would probably take the Niners. But I can't do it. I'm going to take the Lions plus 7.5 here for the play, Trey.
And on the money line or what?
Sure, why not? I want them to win, so it's just
yeah. And I'm going to take the 49ers here. I'm going to agree with the Sharps. The line has not moved. In fact, it's gone even further up. It's making the public bet it even more. It was at 6.5, I think, when it dropped, and it's moved to 7 and 7.5. And more money is just coming in on the 49ers as the line's going up for the Lions, which makes me think the 49ers are going to roll in this game, which is sad because I agree with Bear. I want the Lions to win. Me personally, I very much want Dan Campbell to make it to the Super Bowl and the Lions to possibly win the Super Bowl, but I don't think that they're going to win this game. I think that the Cinderella story is going to meet reality here. So give me the 49ers here at minus 7.5.
The real problem is they're on the road. I don't know how they're going to respond on the road. I mean, the defense has been great, but again, both games at home, the crowd was great. They fed off the crowd. Communication might be off in this game on defense. Feels like the 49ers might roll in this game, like you said. But again, I have to take the Lions, so we're going to split.
All right, guys, and now it's the time everybody has been waiting for. We love to give out an anytime touchdown parlay and then a parlay lock as well. And Bear, do you have any anytime touchdowns locked and ready? We got a lot of juicy ones here for both games.
Are we doing the parlay lock first? Or are we doing the player props first?
Which one do you want to do?
Let's do parlay lock first, 2 each.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I got one locked and loaded. I'm going to go to the Lions versus 49ers game. And my first one, I'm going to go over to the rushing yards. And I'm going to take David Montgomery. And I'm going to take him to go over his alternate rushing yards. I'm going to take him to go over 40-plus rushing yards. I think that they're going to try to establish the run early in the game. I think that the Lions' first drive, if possible, might be 8 straight runs. I think that a lot of people believe that the 49ers have an elite rush defense because if we look at just the base stats, it says, wow, they give up the third least rushing yards per game. But that's because they get up early on teams. And if we look at efficient yards per rush, they're actually in the bottom 10. So I think the Lions are going to be able to attack the run early. If they get the ball first, I think they're going to establish the run. If this game's a close game, I think that Monty's going to have a lot of volume here. So first play, Monty 40-plus.
Yeah, I really think Dan Campbell, if he wins the toss, he should take the ball and script 8 plays right up the middle, 22 dive, 21 dive. Show them that they're tougher than them, maybe set the tone for the game. So I do love the play there. I'm going to go to Lamar Jackson over 60 rushing yards alt spread. He showed it against the Texans. When you bring the blitz, Lamar Jackson's going to kill you. Whenever you let him sit in the pocket, Lamar Jackson's going to kill you. So Chiefs, they're dealt a bad hand in this game playing Lamar Jackson. I don't see any way that he doesn't scamper for 60-plus yards in this game.
Yeah, and I'm also going to give out a rushing yards prop. I'm going to give out Isaiah Pacheco over 60-plus rushing yards as well in the same game. I think Isaiah Pacheco is going to eat in this game. We've seen him dominate in the playoffs so far, and that's because the Chiefs just love to hand him off the ball and just see the bowling ball in action. And yes, the Ravens do have a good rush defense as well, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be tough to bring down this guy, and I think that they're going to try to run the piss out of the football and make this game a close game.
Yep, and I will finish it off. I'm going to take George Kittle over 80-plus receiving yards. I think his lines – or 60-plus, sorry, 60-plus receiving yards. I think his line's 59.5. Against Green Bay, he had 81. Deebo Samuel went out, I know, but Deebo Samuel's going to be back. I still don't think it's going to be that much of an impact. George Kittle over the middle of the field. He's going to destroy the Lions linebackers in this game. Brock Purdy, he might be a little shaky in this game. Conference championship game. He's very good. Brock Purdy, he's very good at a couple things. He's right there with Dak Prescott, but he does this better than Dak Prescott. He hits 5-yard slants, and he hits really good screen passes. All you got to do is get Kittle the ball. He's going to get yards after the catch. So I'm going to take George Kittle to destroy the middle of the field, 60-plus receiving yards against the Lions as the play there. So what do we got here? 4-leg.
Plus 805. You bet $10, you win 80 coming back your way. I think it's a pretty juicy one. I see a lot of ways that all four of these can hit, but for me, my two are David Montgomery, 40 plus rushing yards here in this game. I think he's going to get fed the ball throughout. I think that the Lions are going to try to establish the run. And then the other game, I gave out Isaiah Pacheco over 60 plus rushing yards going up against the Ravens. He's been fed the ball a ton in the playoffs. I think it's 17 yards or 17 carries over the past two games. So I think if he hits that average here, he's definitely going to get 60 plus.
Yeah, they got to get him going. That's how they're going to win the game if they get Pacheco going. I gave out Lamar Jackson 60 plus going up against the Chiefs. I mean, we saw it last week with the Texans. When you blitz the Ravens, Lamar Jackson's going to make you pay. And then I've got George Kittle over 60 plus receiving yards. Again, the linebackers aren't very good. Middle of the field's going to be open all game long. I like him to go over 60 plus. So plus 805, not a bad parlay lock there for us. Let's go to the player props, Trey. A kind of change your week kind of money play here. Let's go to the first game. Who do you like in the first game between the Chiefs and the Ravens?
I think Isaiah Pacheco is going to get in the end zone. It's at plus 140. I think that is a very good bet because I think that he's going to be a bowling ball inside the red zone. I think the Chiefs are going to be trying to drive the ball down the field, and I think Pacheco is going to get in the end zone here in this game.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is back in this game. He's plus 220, I'm seeing. Is that right?
Plus 240 on FanDuel.
Plus 240. Okay. I'm gonna give out Mark Andrews plus 240 to score a touchdown. Big man's back. He's a red zone threat. I like him in this game, Trey. Anybody else?
In this game, if there would be anybody else, I would pick. I don't think Travis Kelce is going to get in the end zone because the Ravens linebackers are very fast.
How about Lamar?
I think Lamar could get in the end zone. I think at plus 115, it is not very juicy. But as a little builder, I don't hate it at plus 115.
Okay. I think he's going to run a lot in this game. I really do. This is do or die time. Do or die time for the Ravens. So
and I think that should be capped for the first game.
Yep, I agree. All right, 3 for the first game. This one might have a lot of points. Scored.
Okay, my first one. Deebo Samuel, plus 130. Bear, did you see C.J. Gardner-Johnson going off on Deebo?
I did not. What did he say?
Happened about, I think in November, October, maybe. He went on Instagram Live. Somebody, and I think the comments said something about Deebo, and he went off calling him a running back and said, next time I see him, I'm going to shut him down. He can't run routes. So we're going to see what happens. And George Kittle, he went on the Pat McAfee show a couple weeks ago, last week, whenever Deebo got injured. And he said, wow, well, it sucked whenever he got injured because I thought he was going to go into that game and score 3 touchdowns. So the 49ers had a game plan for Deebo to get in the end zone in that game, apparently. And I think that's going to translate over to this game. So I love Deebo Samuel at plus 130.
All right. I like it. I might bet that just straight up if all that news you just said is correct. I'm kind of weird today. I'm going to show tight end love. Give me Kittle and Laporta Trey to score in this game. I like them both. I think Kittle's going to have a monster day. Lions in the middle of the field, they're horrible. So I think Kittle's going to have a great day. And Laporta, he's always open in the red zone. Jared Goff loves him. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. So I think if the Lions do score, it's going to be Laporta or one of the running backs. So I'm going to take Laporta.
All right, and it's at $10 to win 2.4K. If we add one more, we should just add one more. Do you love any one player in either one of these games that we have not thrown out? And anybody in the comments, do you love anybody?
It feels like we need to take a Lions running back, right? I mean, they're going to be down the town maybe early.
Yes. Now, which one do you think would be? Because Monty's the red zone back. I mean, like he's the bang him in the 5 back, but they've been showing Gibbs some love as well here recently. So it's kind of tough to pick which one. But which one do you feel more confident in?
Jahmyr Gibbs is so good. I mean, it's kind of a shame that David Montgomery's on the team because Jahmyr Gibbs is an every down back. He's awesome. He's electric. He's explosive. He can get anything done anytime he wants to. But again, I like what you said about Dan Campbell and the Lions. I think they're going to come out. I think they're going to try to say we're tougher than you, and I think Dave Montgomery might get in the end zone early. So I'm good with Dave Montgomery if you are.
Yes. All right. Let's go, Monty. That's where we're capped. $10 to win 7.5K, guys. That is a pretty nice, juicy parlay to end your week off, start your week off. I guess Sunday is the beginning of the week, but That's it, guys. I think that's a pretty juicy one. Bear, do you want to say anything else about either of these games before we sign off? Give any wishes of luck or tokens of bad luck to either of these teams?
Well, I'd love to give bad luck to the Chiefs. Everybody in my life's a Chiefs fan, though, so I feel like I'd get hated for that. But I think the world wants to see the Chiefs lose today, and I hope they do, honestly. And then other than that, you guys just need to soak up these last two games, and then we got one more left, and then the season's over, and it's going to be depressing for a while. But then we're going to talk about the draft and the combine, and then before you know it, you're going to blink, and the preseason's going to be here. So just eat up these last two games and enjoy the weekend. All right.
Dennis Caldwell says, "Great parlay, Chiefs Kingdom."
Oh,
That is tough.
Dennis,
That's tough.
Dennis.
That's tough. And Bear, do you want to announce what we're doing on the Super Bowl halftime as well?
Yes, at the halftime of the Super Bowl, we will have a live show, and we are giving away $1,000 for our 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So you have to be in the live to claim that $1,000. We're going to do a wheel spin with the people in the live, and we're going to give away $1,000. And who knows, Trey? I haven't talked to you about this, but we are a gambling podcast or a gambling YouTube channel. We might let them double down on a second half bet, maybe. I don't know, something like that might happen. So if you got the stones to double down, that might happen. It might not. We haven't talked about it yet, but I think it'd be a pretty cool idea. But yeah, $1,000 giveaway at the halftime show. You have to be in the live to get into that. But yep, that's it.
All right. And Dennis says as well, I'm still torn between sides. Yeah, I feel like both of these lines are kind of, both of them are just too interesting. I mean, 4.5 for the Ravens, 7.5 for the 49ers. So it's just weird lines, I feel like, for both games.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? Thanks for watching. And hopefully you guys go watch our NCAA basketball game picks and player props in NBA game picks and player props in our NFL game picks and player props. And thank you for watching our live as well. We'll be going at you guys live again Friday night. So make sure you go tune in for that as well. And I don't think we're going to be going live for the Pro Bowl. Are we going to be giving out any picks for the Pro Bowl there?
I mean, I'd love to, but they're playing flag football. So I'm not watching the Pro Bowl. Are you?
No, probably not. I might watch it whenever they're doing like tug of war, dodgeball. Who knows?
That might be fun, yeah. But.
Well, guys, we're probably not going to be coming at you guys next Sunday, but thanks for watching this Sunday. And until next time, peace out and enjoy.